You gotta keep your eye on that guy. So that guy right there is Mike David Nelson. That's a guy who falsely arrested me 2021. You can read about it in the LA Times. You were to Google cop watcher arrested. I had filed complaints on Mike, a couple of complaints. Then out of nowhere, falsely arrested me, claimed that I was gonna burn down some homeless guy's tent. You guys may have heard this story before. So Mike's working with a rookie. He's having a witness come over here. So apparently this came in as a call of somebody attempting to steal a car. I got here before the cops, and I just saw these guy and a woman over here, just kind of like, I don't know. It seemed like they had a key to the place. I thought they own a place, and then all of a sudden they pulled up, and I'm not gonna put them on video right now. As the guy to my left telling the cops what's going on. I'm guessing it's some sort of dispute. But you gotta keep your eye on Mike. How'd the case go? I mean, I'll give you a quick rundown. I probably told the story a million times. So about a few blocks away from here, 3 blocks away from here, I was getting ready to go on a scooter in front of Chick-fil-A. I heard a bunch of stuff smashing and stuff. There was a crazy guy in the street throwing bottles and furniture at cars. I came over to him. I told him, what the fuck you doing? Don't throw that shit in the street. And he's like, I'm homeless. I'm like, I don't give a fuck if you're homeless. What the fuck does that mean? He went to his tent. He got his knife and shit. I was cleaning the street. He went and got a knife and stuff. And I left. 3 hours later, sirens, helicopters and stuff. Listen to the radio. They got a guy over there at gunpoint on the block. Same place where I just left. The guy is there. They had him handcuffed. Apparently, he pulled a knife and a gun on some lady on the street, threatening her. Cops come, put him in handcuffs. I show up. Mike and his partner at the time, who I also had complaints against. The guy said, that guy threatened me earlier. They took the handcuffs off the guy, gave him his knife and pole back, and arrested me for criminal threats. Anyway, the next day, the chief of police had to go on TV and explain it, admitting that the guy was suffering from mental health issues, and they didn't have any witnesses that back him up or nothing. Even though there were a million people out there, no one was going to come to his aid because he was a fucking crazy person flipping out. But the cops, they arrested me, gave me a $50,000 bond, bail. District attorney rejected it. District attorney's rejection letter was the shortest one I've ever seen. It was like, there is no evidence to back this up. There isn't any corroborating witnesses or evidence. No witnesses have come forward. The case has been rejected. City attorney rejected it too. It was obvious bullshit. Like I said, you could read about it in LA Times. There's a couple of them. Or if you could even watch the videos. If you go on to the LAPD's YouTube page, they were forced to. LA Times knew shit was fucked up, and they were demanding that they release the body cam video, and they refused to release it, and they refused to release it. And finally, they released it. They released one batch, and it was so highly edited, it was ridiculous. And so we shamed them into releasing another batch. They never released the full body cam video. So yeah, they look pretty fucking stupid. See, I love stuff like that, because I was in. They arrested me. They never even transported me. I had the people who were there with bail in like 2 hours to bail me out. People City Council. And they were going to let me leave, and I heard a cop say, no, make them stay, or something to that effect. I know the exact cop. I can't think of her name off Rodriguez, maybe. I made a profile about her too. But they made me sit in there another 2 hours, and then they released me. But of course, they seized my phones and got 2 phones and got search warrants for them. And got search warrants for my phones. So yeah, I didn't trust those phones anymore after that. All right, I think these cuffs about to come off. Or they loosened. I don't know, man. I guess this is a better view. The witness is over there around the corner. I'm not. You never know with these places, like those auto service places and stuff. Fly keeps on landing on me, pissing me off. So yeah, Mike is just waiting for me to go off on him. Usually I see Mike once every 6 months or so, and I go off on him. I've been meaning to make a profile about him. I'm just gonna do that. Let his fan, because when I make a profile, that shit goes to the top of Google if you search their names. The most recent profile I made one 2 days ago for, what's his name? Tim Henton? No. What was his name? Yeah, Tim Helton. Tim Helton is a Newton Division officer. So somebody sent me a message. They said, hey man, some officer has posted a video of a guy getting killed on his Facebook. There was a police chase, the guy got out of his car on the 110, went over the divider, tripped, and then got hit by a car. He got hit by a couple of cars and it was captured on the dash cam. This guy the very next morning went and I guess he took the dash cam video and the next morning posted it on his Facebook page, and there was a bunch of cops in there laughing, thinking it was funny that the guy got killed. And I thought that was pretty sick, but it also violates Kobe's law. Kobe's law says you cannot post any video or pictures of a person dying or dead if you're a police officer, and he did just that. So he violated the law. I mean, I filed a complaint with I brought it to the LAPD Commission's attention. Rasha Gerges Shields went and mentioned it in like November commission meeting, asking if it's going to be investigated. Of course, McDonald says he's going to investigate it. You know these guys, their investigations ain't shit. Oh, I'm listening to him now. So apparently this car got tracked to here. That's weird. They said a complaint isn't about him posting that video, stealing a dash cam video and posting on his Facebook. Ha ha, isn't this so funny? But more importantly, he broke the law. He needs to be prosecuted. He needs to be prosecuted. I posted that on my Substack too, I think. Yes, I did. Wait, did I? Yeah, I blurred out the video of the guy getting hit. Yeah, you go to my Substack, Film the Police LA on Substack. You'll see the blurred video and everything that's going on with the case. Trying to do more Substacks because it's just more conducive. Like, you can post stuff on Twitter, but it's like, does anybody, a lot of these incidents, it takes like 2,000 words to really explain and show everything. Because, I go through things from beginning to end, from the initial complaint, the interviews with the witnesses and the confrontation with the cops, filing complaints, going through the internal affairs process, going through the Professional Standards Bureau, going through confronting the LAPD Commission or the Inspector General. You can't really just put that in tweets. That'd be a thread of like 850 tweets. Nobody's reading all that shit. And video is the easiest way to do it, the best way to do it, because you kind of explain things. But writing the articles, I can actually show my work. So I could show like, okay, here's you can't claim that I'm making something up about a document. Here's the full document. You go ahead and look at it. You think I'm making something up about this internal affairs file? Here are all 41 pages of the internal affairs file. It's just that the only thing with that is those things take so long to do. It's like, I don't have the patience to sit around, write 2,000 words, even though it's the best way to do it. Also just filed another lawsuit against the LAPD a few weeks ago. It's all the same stuff. It's related to them refusing to turn over documents that have been requested through SB 1421s and stuff. This one wasn't an SB 1421. This is just they violated a law in CPRA laws. So, their thing is we're not going to hand over the documents because we don't want to. And if you don't like us, sue us. My thing is, okay, fine, cool. I got a few lawyers that are willing to do this. So if I get my shit together, I've just been caught up with a lot of stuff in the last 2 months. But we plan on filing like one of these suits a week. And it's just to get these documents. And it's not like somebody say, oh, you're trying to get money. I don't get any money off of this shit. I wouldn't. The only thing that they will have to pay is the attorney's fees, but that's the attorney's fees. They deserve it. They're putting the fucking work in. If the city has to pay out $15,000 because the city refused to turn over documents and it required going to court, then that's on the city. It's not my problem. Now the city, it's our taxpayer money, but fuck it. If LAPD costs us a ton in liability payments, we could avoid some of this if they just followed the law. It's what you have to do. And I speak for a lot of people. I talk to journalists all the time and tell me they're like, we can't get any documents. And it's not just an LAPD problem. It's a LA City thing. They're taking the lead from Heidi Feldstein Soto and Karen Bass. And Karen Bass has basically said, LAPD, do what you want to do. Just make sure you guys endorse me for mayor. I'll give you everything you want. I'll never criticize you. And I just need you for the election. Karen Bass has never once criticized the LAPD. Not one time. Not one time. The worst thing she ever did is, I guess, a horse cop was beating somebody in the back of the head, and she said that she was concerned about it. That's the worst. Concerned. No, she will never criticize the LAPD. They have carte blanche to do whatever they want right now. And McDonald and specifically Dominic Choi. McDonald doesn't really run the LAPD. You guys are just a doddering old fool who's a figurehead. The LAPD is run by Dominic Choi, the assistant. The old assistant, you guys remember the old assistant chief? Al Labrada. Boy, I love that. I love fucking with that guy. I've been putting him through it. If any of you people who are watching right now know Al, just let them know it's about to get worse for him. I got all types of documents on Al Labrada. That's the guy who stalked the woman with the AirTag and then harassed her. From my understanding, harasses the family to this day. He agreed to a restraining order. He didn't get a restraining order against him. He literally agreed to the restraining order because he was talking about I'm gonna chop you up like Portuguese sushi. If I catch you cheating on me, you're gonna end up buried in the ground. I have so many text messages that have been supplied to prosecutors and internal affairs. And all these he was saying all this using his using his LAPD phone. His LAPD phone, he wasn't even using another phone or something. He was putting this all in text using his assistant chief of police phone, threatening to kill this woman over and over again. So there was a restraining order, and once the restraining order was up, Labrada went to the LAPD and started filing complaints against her, saying that everything she said is a lie. And, and you think the LAPD would be like, all right, yeah, this is, we found, the LAPD had a disciplinary hearing and found him guilty. I think it was 12 counts, 13 counts, found him guilty of all of this. The LAPD found him guilty, but now he's filing complaints against her, and they're trying to fire her now using his claims that she lied against him. They're like, we're just gonna go after the victim and beat the shit out of her. Not just that, they're going after the woman who found the AirTag. The woman who he was stalking was Al was sending her messages, kind of letting her know that he knew where she was. So another cop two cops went and checked her car multiple times before they found the AirTag stashed inside the bumper. The guy's a crazy person. So I started hammering him on Twitter a little bit, just posting all those text messages and stuff. And he got so bent out of shape. He got bent out of shape. He started quoting that weird Scientology guy, the child stalker guy. He started quoting him. I was like, what the hell is... And then he deleted it. He felt really stupid. He was trying to use Scientology's arguments. But Al, your wife, I don't understand how Al's wife allows him to keep on doing all this stalking. Had a phone call. So yeah, my good buddy Al. Al, you were smart enough to buy your name. You were smart enough to buy your name. Not all the variations though, buddy. Not all the variations. I know you want to have your little private security company. I'm gonna let the community know that to me, I consider you a dangerous stalker. You talking about cutting up your ex. It's kind of crazy. Yeah, Al had every restraining order. He wasn't even allowed to carry a gun. He was assistant chief for a while, and then they made him go on leave, but he wasn't even allowed to carry a gun. What else happened? Oh yeah, I don't know if I've been on live to talk about it at all, but my good buddy Matthew Ensley, Lieutenant Ensley, he's the one who got shit-faced drunk, got in a car crash in a 605, blood alcohol level twice the legal limit, put people in the hospital. Gascon charged him with 8 felonies, but Hochman, this phony piece of shit, allowed him to plead guilty to 1 misdemeanor and he keep his job. Now, Hochman's running around. He was just doing a press conference 2 weeks ago, talking about zero tolerance with drunk drivers and all that. But you gave this guy a sweetheart deal. You gave him probation and allowed him to stay a cop. You told all that shit about Gascon. Gascon's the one who charged him with the felonies, 8 of them. You gave him a misdemeanor because he was a cop. And then what happened, Hochman? A few months later, he got arrested again. Down in like La Jolla or San Diego or something. He got arrested again. Matthew Ensley, he's a lieutenant. He's a lieutenant over at Transit Services. This is the guy, the drunk driver, the guy who's driving around without a license and all that. He's a supervisor over in Transit Services. Please make sense of that for me, but that's the LAPD. Ensley was also a degenerate piece of shit. He was part of the LAPD football team. He's named in a lawsuit where they said that some of the football players were sexually assaulting other football players. Some real deviant shit, man. This is the LAPD. Like I was saying at the LAPD commission last time, it was like a month ago. They don't have them. They've been like, I noticed they haven't had like a commission meeting in a month, and before that, Teresa Sanchez Gordon she wasn't showing up to a bunch of them. So she hasn't been in a meeting for 2 months. My guess, I think she had some more work done. We'll find out next week. But I think she had, because she's got that thing, and listen, I'm not about, you shouldn't make fun of people's looks. But I think when they start doing all that surgery, like, okay, they want that attention. And she's got that cat lady look going on. On top of it, she's a piece of shit. She always like cuts off public comment with his power trips. But I think that's the reason why we haven't had commission meetings. We couldn't have oversight of the LAPD because, Teresa had to have some procedure done. But we'll find out. I could be wrong. Then again, I don't even know if we'd know. Because it's like, I don't know, you get to that point of going so far with it. The cat lady looks like, okay, you had another procedure. Will anybody notice? I don't think so. About what, 2 months ago? 2 months ago, I was over at Teresa's house. I'm not going to say where it's at. I don't want to get in trouble. But yeah, I went over in front of her house, up and down her block. I was putting up flyers. And I just thought it was funny because As I'm walking up by her house, all the lights went off. They just all went off. I was like, oh man. You know, she could have avoided it. You know, should have allowed people to have express themselves in public comment, but she always wants to cut it off. You know, she allows 45 minutes. That's 15 speakers in a city of 4 million people. Like, and if you get there early and you still don't get the chance to speak, that's bullshit. So you don't want people to speak over at the commission meeting, come in front of your house and we'll speak there. I don't think she's gonna, I noticed ever since I went to her house, I noticed this, she's been extending public comment. But yeah, no, those lights went off. I'm not gonna lie, Jeff Scobin's I think has done, you know, you can only judge him by what he's talking about at the meetings, but like, I don't know, man, he's talking about the smart shit that I know I sense where he's going at. This guy isn't, I don't sense he's a pushover, and I don't sense he's just gonna go along with things. I sense that, but you know, I could be wrong. The questions he's asking are smart. I don't know if everybody, they're not like, you know, the catchiest thing and you know. He's talking about his concerns with Flock. He's asking if Flock information is being shared. He's asking about how journalists are being targeted at protests, and his protesters also. Now, he's asking just the right. He's saying, like, I see these videos, I see this going on, I see this horse beating this person in the back of the head. You know, like, so I give him some credit. Rasha, I give Rasha hell, but I like her. I felt like as long as Errol was on there, he wanted to be top dog. But I sense that Rasha pushed back against him because Errol literally was an empty suit. But I guess there's only so much she do by herself, and then she wasn't willing to put up the fight. They got the witness in the car. He said he wanted to sit in the car because he wanted to get out of the sun. I don't know. These days, I'm just happy to be in the sun. Fuck, we went through it feels like weeks with just nothing but rain, nonstop fucking rain. I'll take the sun. I don't know if it's hot. Oh my God, are you trying to tell me I can cut off the fucking scooter? Guess I did now. I don't know what's going on over here. Oh, come on, man, get on with this. Get on with it. I mean, it is a little hot, man. Shit, I wish I was wearing shorts. Right over here next to AutoZone is that AutoZone that burnt down. They said it was due to a battery charger on fire. So I just want to figure out what the fuck is going on already. Again, this was a call of two people stealing a pickup truck. But I came over here and the gates were closed, and it was these two people, and they had the doors to this place open. So it makes me think they have access to it. I thought it was just their place. And I was getting ready to leave, and the cop showed up, and then I see this guy, one cop went in motion, told him to get against turn around, backs to him. I'm like, okay, what the hell is going on? And then I'm going over to the other side. over in the corner. They're hiding from the, I guess, in the sun or hiding from me, whatever. I get it. I would do the same. But yeah, and so, like I said, I didn't see a pickup truck being stolen. I saw them. They had the gates open to this place, and then cops came, handcuffed them, and then the guy was across the street in the car. He pulled up, and he told the cop told him to come over here. I guess he was a witness. I guess he was tracking something. Something got tracked to over here, and now it looks like he's filling out. Yeah, you can see. You not see his face, but he's filling out the crime report. He hasn't been trying to hide his identity anyway, but I guess this place has Snap Finance Solutions. Oh, I guess for the. Come on, man. I'll be getting back to doing more lives coming up. I got a plan, especially with the elections coming up. My whole goal is just to hammer Karen Bass. I don't care who runs against her. I just want to make sure she loses. I don't really give a fuck who wins. She doesn't deserve to win. I don't know if it can get worse. And people say, oh, no, it can always get worse. Like, man, I don't know, man. I don't know. I did a little documentary I posted on Twitter. It's not really a documentary. It's just fucking around. It's a street pole that had been knocked down months ago, and they just had a bunch of wires hanging out, and they threw a bunch of signs on it. And I guess he wants to be on. Huh?
Who are you?
My name is William. How you doing?
Do you have anything to do with them?
No. I came here, I saw the alert on Citizen, said somebody's stealing a pickup truck. What happened? They were stealing something?
No,
Huh?
they are.
Yeah, I know you. I know you aren't.
Yeah, right.
I think you would be in handcuffs if you were. You tracked them here or something?
They come all the way from Chicago.
They what?
I get them from Chicago.
Is it the shop right here or just the people right here?
All these, they're all the same owners.
And so they brought a car here?
It's a long story.
I hear you.
Can't talk about it.
I hear you.
What are you with?
I'm a cop watcher.
Oh, you're a cop watcher. Very good. Good for you. Keep it up.
I appreciate it.
Keep it up.
Yeah, and when I first...
It went out? You guys heard it?
I live on the next block over,
Oh,
and
so
I
you
got
saw
an
the helicopter.
no, I got an alert on Citizen app or whatever, and it's usually bullshit. And then it said a F1 350 or something like that was being stolen. And I came over and I saw them, and they had the gate open, but they were hanging out. I'm like, okay, so I don't see anything going on. The helicopter was overhead, and they kept on telling me. And then they pulled up, and then I saw.
Yeah, keep it up, though. Keep up the good work, okay? Just remember, when you come over here like this, I'm a Chicago police department. Just stay out of their way.
I've been doing this for a very long time.
And there's no reason to get all hostile with them.
Do I look hostile?
Yeah, you know.
Oh, I will say this. So that one cop, the older cop right there,
Yeah.
his name is Mike David Nelson.
Okay.
3 years ago around the corner, I saw a homeless guy throwing bottles and furniture at cars. I stopped him.
Yeah.
Left. 3 hours later, someone called 911. That homeless guy had a knife and a pole threatening a woman. That when I got there, they had him handcuffed. The homeless guy told him, he said, see that guy over there? He threatened me earlier. And Mike over there took him out of cuffs and gave him his knife back. This is all over the LA Times. So, you see, there are things that happen.
Yeah, things do happen, but just give the respect to the police officers.
I give them proper respect. They make sure they give me the proper respect.
It has to go both ways.
It's got to go both ways.
And every action deserves a reaction.
100%. So he's a cop. He says he's with Chicago PD. He smokes his cigarettes. So according to him, this is some sort of ring. From what I could hear, there was a tracker on the cars or something like that. And if that's the case, they're going to end up having detectives come over here. The detectives are going to show up, I would imagine. Yeah. Will, have you been covering probation commission meetings? There's always scandals without it. I have not. I didn't even know anything about that. I guess that's something to keep my eye on now. Happy New Year to everybody. Sorry, I'm just reading it. It's hard to read comments out here when it's like daytime because it's just bright and it just doesn't show very well. Will, have I seen Joey? I saw Joey a month ago up at, I was leaving Runyon Canyon, and he's like, oh, something about my dog, and I'm like, oh, look, it's Scientology, Joey. He's like, you've got to know by now that I'm not a Scientologist. I said, I don't know anything, Joey. And he rambled on, I didn't say anything. Joey likes the attention. It's gotten to the point, like, you know, he's been so discredited that, like, he's just a clown. And so it's gotten to the point where, oh, that's the F-350. Is that a F-350? Joey just wants attention. Sometimes you just don't, it's not worth it to just, he's been clowned to infinity. Just, the worst thing you can do to Joey is ignore him. Anybody like him, they can't handle it. And then Joey's like, you don't give him attention, he starts throwing himself at you. It's like, Jesus Christ, he overwhelms everybody. But like, man, you can't go get any positive attention. You gotta just act like a clown all the time. So I don't know. I got nothing to say to him. Yeah, Joey's irrelevant. I mean, I have no time to deal with anything irrelevant. My mom had a stroke 2 months ago. She's fine, but it's been more of my focus. So it's like, I have no time for Joey and his stupid shit. It's like I'm sending some messages. So yeah, I plan on doing more podcasts, like in studio type stuff, only because there's so much shit I gotta do. And I plan on going like hardcore for the next 6 months. No, my mom's doing good. She's fine. Probably watching right now. I go and look at my mom's phone. It's like, okay, let's see how many steps she's doing. You know, doing up to like 18,000 steps a day. What was crazy is I was looking at her phone before her stroke. She was doing 25,000. I'm like, what the fuck? Her average was 22,000, but she was doing 25,000. 76 years old. Oh, he's just doing regular business. I wonder who owns this place. There's this one guy, I think his name is like Jacques. He owns most of Highland Avenue from Trejo's Donuts down there on Santa Monica. He used to own all the gas station over there, all of this, everything, just basically everything up to damn near the Hollywood Bowl. Now he owns a lot less, but he's responsible for owns a lot of shit. He lives in France, but he also owns buildings on the side streets that are rent controlled. Yep. And not only does he own the ones that are rent controlled, but he was illegally converting them to the hotels. It's like a classic thing. They rent them out as hotel rooms. Not Airbnb. They do Airbnb. They did do Airbnbs, but then they were just listing them straight up on hotels.com and all that, branding themselves with specific names. But it's like I was talking about this morning. I'm like, you own all this property around here and you get filthy rich, but you still got to make a little extra money by taking away rent-controlled buildings apartments would rent for $1,600, and then turn them into hotel rooms for $150 a night, and now you're making $4,500 a month. Like, you really need that money, but yeah, that's what he does. Yeah, I heard about the Fed shooting. I didn't see it. I got sent it, but I didn't. Let me see. Fed shot someone. Why did they shoot him? Damn, I didn't. Why did they? Wait, why did they? Jesus Christ! About an hour and a half ago, I got a message. They did a ICE. I can't resign. About an hour ago, the ICE grabbed somebody at Sunset and La Brea by the Dunn Edwards. The same, the parking lot where 7-Eleven is. You see my guy Midnight I saw him on Twitter last night being interviewed. They shot her because she was driving away. Is there a really good angle of the shooting? The one I'm looking at is kind of hard. I was talking to somebody who's very familiar with the hiring process with Border Patrol. And basically, they're just hiring anybody these days. Yeah, I was just talking about this
Hello?
on Twitter in LA. You usually have street sweeping like, every week. They've moved it to every other week now because of finance, because of money issues. So we have street sweeping every 2 weeks, but they're still going to ticket you every week.
So most times you see the PR and the weekend, public security for AAA released that to truck to a testing area. AAA got released over a year ago, or rented it for a year ago, and the truck and a trailer. Recently they found the trailer in North Carolina, the local cover, and the truck in California, and they stopped here. By the two other owners that now are working on it, but Nikolai left the vehicle and he's not here. He used to be an owner, but now he's not an owner anymore. The product, it's been here.
And it was stolen out of home.
Yeah, so he said he's been here for 2 weeks, and yeah, we have a picture of him. Rented out the truck itself. The right company truck, so that's why it's not legal. And so the two owners were just obviously trying to fix the truck because Nikolai bought it, so it's called what? Which is it says equals, and it goes only 4 miles per hour, and that's all. They're pretty much it's about the truck. And they know Nikolai, like the two owners, they know Nikolai, and all the I guess the owners want now is some type of reimbursement if the AAA wants to keep it in time, so we put time into it.
He's putting on a performance for us. Recap, you need a recap. So yeah, this came in as a report of a stolen car, 2 people trying to steal a car. I got here and I didn't see anything. No cops here, nothing. Helicopter showed up. I'm like, okay, let me just stick around. The cop came around the corner. They came and went and pulled up on him, told him to put their hands behind the back, put handcuffs on him. I filmed all that regularly. Then I started live. This guy came up. He works with Chicago police or something. Basically, the vehicle has been stolen from Chicago. They tracked it to here. There's a tracker on it. And I guess it's in 2 pieces. Like there's a trailer that's attached. The trailer is in North Carolina. The car is here. Some guy came and dropped it off here to get work done on it. This is the auto body shop. That's when the cops came up and handcuffed the owners of the auto body shop. They're saying the auto body shop, the guy who dropped off the car isn't here. And I guess he's not answering his phone. Chances are he's not coming back to pick up the car. So my thing is they're gonna end up letting these people go because what did they do? I mean, they could be guilty of something for all I know, who knows? But they're not the one that stole the damn car. So it is what it is. So the detectives on their way. I want to see who shows up. I want to see who shows up. I wonder who's going to show up. Now, Dana, I would love if you show up. You know what that is. Dana's a cop in Hollywood. That's Al Labrada's wife. Dana, how do you watch Al harass all those women and stuff? And you just like stand by his side? I don't know. I mean, this thing could be anything. It could be, but at the end of the day, unless they're gonna what charge them with receiving stolen property, like how do you prove that they knew it was stolen? Yeah. I don't know. Man, there's other shit out here to worry about, isn't there? You know, there are other things they could be doing. Give him back his car. Let him... There goes Mike and the rookie. No credit, no problem. Oh man, are they waiting for a detective? This is one of those things like, man, this is gonna be a drawn out thing because I don't feel like standing here. But you already sunk the cost of standing here so I want to see what happens at the end. Do they let him go? Come on, man. Are they still in cuffs? Yeah, they're in cuffs still. See that thing right on top? That's an infrared thing that I talked to a sergeant. They said they've never actually used it. The only time they used it was like one time dealing with a coyote or a mountain lion up in the hills. I can't take this much longer. I gotta get out of here. Guys, I'm done. Check out my lives in the coming days. Shout out to the mods.